Hi everybody, welcome back to the Van Bill. How are you guys doing? This is my Van Bill vloggity vlog, showing you guys what I'm doing every day on the van. Even though this may be a long drawn out process and it might seem like, oh, you should have been farther along, you guys, it's hands-on. We're figuring some of this stuff out as we go. Some of this stuff we've never done before. Some of this stuff is intricate. Like the box that I explained to you the other day. This box has multiple functions, multiple parts, and you have to figure them all out and how to put it together like a puzzle. So I did the face frame yesterday, and I did the door to the box, and I painted them, but I still have to paint them the color that they're gonna be. And today I'm working on cutting out the I don't know what to call it. It's going to be the frame for the pull-out part that could be a sofa or a bed, whatever you want to call it. So let me show y'all what I did yesterday. Let me show y'all and explain to y'all what I have plans on doing today. It's after 12 o'clock today. I had a little chore this morning. I fixed breakfast for our house guests. I combed her hair, and it was a lot. Girl, her hair was so tangled. Girl, it took me, girl, I didn't know I was gonna make it through that. So I'm just happy to be through. So let me show y'all what we have going on today. This is the door for the drawer to pull out. I'm trying to think if I need to cut a hole in it to grab that, to open it up. I'm not sure. I think I might, but I haven't figured that out. And this is the face frame. Something is in my, wait a minute, what is going on? Oh Lord, my thing raggedy. Girl, I need a new phone case. It's in the frame. I need a new phone case. I got to tear that off of there because that's hanging down. I'm like, what is that hanging? Girl, I think I got to take the phone case off. But anywho, my phone case is tearing. I need a new phone case. I think I need to go to Walmart and get a phone case. Y'all, hold on. Let me take this phone case off. Okay, y'all, I had to take that off. It looked like I had technical difficulties. And then I made the face frame yesterday. So, yeah, I have to put this face frame on there. If y'all know any way that I can get this more rounded and more smooth out, let me know. I don't know if the grinder could round that out and smooth that out more, but y'all let me know if y'all have any suggestions, because I'm just an amateur. I'm not a pro. One day I hope to be a pro, but right now, you know, I'm not a pro. So what we're gonna do today is this box that I've been working on that has multiple functions. It pulls out, and it's going to be a storage compartment. That thing that I made over there, this is going to be the face of it. I'm going to paint that and put that on there, and then the face plate is going to go over here. Let me show y'all right quick. I'm probably not going to get this stuff put on today because I'm about to move on and work on something else. But, oh, I didn't even paint this other side. But anyway, this is gonna go on here like that. It's gonna be painted orange, and it's kind of just gonna look like a frame. No function to it, but just a frame and just something that's gonna look, I think, cute. And then the other piece is gonna be the door to the drawer that's gonna pull out. This is gonna go on here like this. And yeah, we're gonna have that painted orange as well with the gold leaf design on it. And yeah, you're gonna be able to pull that out with the other thing. And I was trying to think, should I put a hole in here to grab it or what have you? I don't know if I should. Maybe I'll just put a knob on it eventually. But yeah, so these have to be painted orange. I might get around to that today. I may not get around to that today. But what I'm about to do now is, which I probably will paint these today. This needs to be painted on this side for sure. Had forgot about that. This needs to be painted. I want all of my wood to be painted in my van, 2 coats with the mildew protection. You know, you're living in a van, you're going to be in different kinds of weather. You may get some moisture in your van. So I just want to make sure that my wood is doubly protected, and I want all my wood to have 2 coats of the mildew protection on it, front and back and side. I've learned from my mistakes in the other van. I wasted so much water in the other van. Wasn't my intention, wasn't my plan, but it always happened accidentally. And so I just want to protect the wood in the van and make sure I'm protecting it from mildew, from moisture, because you cook in your van. You're going to have condensation in your van because you're heating your van. You're going to have condensation in your van. So I just want to protect all of the wood in the van. So this is my long-term home. This is my home on wheels, but this is my home for a while. I hope not to have any more vehicle issues and all of that. So hopefully this van can last me for a while. So what I'm about to do now, y'all, this is going to be a pull-out extension. Like it's going to be like a pull-out sofa, a pull-out bed. So what I need to do is take this wood, and we need to put it on top of here, trace it, and then cut it. I'm gonna leave a few inches on here because I don't know how much wider I want this to come. Well, I do kind of know how wide it's gonna come out. But the other piece that's going to go underneath it, I don't know how tall that is going to be. But I kind of know how wide this is going to be. So I'm just going to trace this in the front. And then we can go to the table and cut it and try to figure out our measurements and all of that. So let me get that squared away. And I need to make sure I do this right the first time, because I don't want to mess up, and I don't want to end up messing up this wood. Even though I have to go buy another piece of wood, I want to use this wood for what the purpose of using it for, and not mess it up. So anyway, yeah, I have to get this right the first time. Okay, you guys, so I'm going to be building this pull-out sofa or chair, or it could be a day bed or a doggy bed, whatever you want to call it. The concept is going to be the same no matter what length or width that you're building this. So you can make it longer, you can make it wider, however you want to do this. It's the same concept. So what I'm doing right now is I am drawing a line to accommodate the faceplate that I'm going to have on here. So I will know exactly where to cut the wood at. So I have my faceplate, and I have another piece of wood there, and I drew my line. So at this time, I am going to take my saw, and I'm going to cut the wood based on the line that I had there, so I will know exactly how wide this needs to be. So once you get your width and your length, you're just going to measure everything out and you're going to cut it. So that is what I'm doing here. And I'm taking my time because I really needed to make sure that I was making this wide enough. So right now I'm taking the measurements for the length, and now I'm going to cut it. So now after I cut this, we should be able to take this back over to my drawer and put this on top, double check everything, make sure that everything has the right measurements. So that's what I'm going to do right now, is take everything and go check it out and make sure that I do have the right measurements. So after you're sure that you have the right measurements, you want to get a measuring tape or whatever it is that you are going to do your measurements with. And I am just going to tell y'all how I'm doing this. So I am measuring 3 inches from each side. So I want 3 inches of my wood to just be free, where it could end up being what do you call it? So right now I'm taking the front face and I'm seeing how wide that is, and I'm drawing a line. But what I eventually end up doing is doing 3 inches off of each end that I'm not going to cut. So that's going to be a designated no cut zone, because I'm going to need those areas to attach my face frame to, and to attach the back part to the frame of the box. So I'm going to need something actually to screw down in to make this more sturdy. So I'm taking 3 inches off of each side that I'm not going to cut. So that's going to be my no cut zone. And then after that, I am taking this little T thing. I don't know, you guys, the proper names for stuff, because I just use it in like whatever. But this is the thing that you get your straight line with. And it already like has a measurement of about 6 inches. So I just decided to make my job easier for me and to just use those 6 inches to make each block 6 inches long. And show you what I'm doing and why I'm doing it. So I'm building a pull-out bed, sofa, chair, whatever you want to call it. You can make it as wide or as long as you want. It could be a bed, it could be a sofa, it could be a chair. So I'm pulling out a pull-out bed. And what I did was I took my measurements from the end to make accommodations for the piece that I'm going to have on the end, the frame around the box. And then I'm going to have a board running all the way across to slide this out. So I had to make room for that. I'm going to have a piece of board in the back to stabilize it and nail it down. So I made room for that. And this is how wide the slats are going to be that pull out. It made it easier that I didn't have to do that much measuring to take this T and just take it to the end of the wood. Draw my line there from top to bottom. Move it over. Draw another line. So I will have the perfect measurements. So I'm going to have 1, 2, 3 pull-outs this way and 3 that stay stationary. 1, 2, 3, actually 4 that's going to stay stationary. So what I want to do is I want to cut this up here and up there. Not cutting the bottom part, but it's going to pull out from that. So we're going to cut this up here and up there. This is going to stay. We're going to let that stay. We're going to cut this up here and up there, and that is going to stay. So when you are working by yourself, you guys, you have to figure out a way to be able to do things by yourself. Miss Charlene and Miss Pauline left, and they went to the store, and I wanted to finish this and continue to work on it. So I got something heavy to place on top of my wood to keep it from moving while I cut it. So when you're working alone, you're going to have to figure out a way to be able to do things by yourself. Where there is a will, there is a way, and it can be done by yourself. So just because you're alone and because you're a female, don't think that you can't do whatever it is that you need to do. So pretty much what I'm about to do is we're cutting this out like a jigsaw puzzle. And what I do is, you guys, I put my circular saw blade down and line it up with the line that I drew. And then you want to kind of bring it all the way to the back as close as you can without, when it goes all the way down, it's not going to go past the line that you drew. But if you can get it as close to that line, it will help you so you won't have to go back over it. So what I'm going to do is line it up. I'm lining my blade up on top of that line, and then I'm going to start my saw and I'm going to go down slowly but surely, making sure that it's all the way on that line. And once it's all the way on that line, I'm going to go down, and once the saw goes all the way down, then I'm just going to go forward. And you're also looking on the inner part of the blade to see exactly where you want to stop that line. Don't go by the front of the part that's sticking out, because if you do, then that means you're going to pass the line. So you want to be looking from the inner part. And like right here, I didn't have my blade down in the back close enough to that line. So I have to go here and I'm turning my saw around, and I'm going to finish cutting that line up to the line that I have drawn in the front. And I'm going to continue that process all the way down, skipping one. So it's every other one. I'm going to continue that process all the way down until I finish the parts that I want to cut out. And then when I get through doing that, then I'm cutting vertical. I suggest that you do all the vertical lines first, and then go back and do the horizontal lines second on one side at a time, because if you don't do it one side at a time, you might mess up like I did on this one. So I did end up messing up, but I wanted to follow through with it and make sure I had my concept right so I can use this as a template. So besides the part that I messed up, everything ended up turning out perfectly. So I needed another piece of wood. I went to Home Depot, and the next day I ended up duplicating the same thing using the template that I made, and it came out perfectly, which you will see at the end of the video. It's better for y'all to see it from the side I'm working on. So I lined this up with the line. I'm going to go kind of in the middle, not too far back, because I don't want that blade to go back here. But so this is where I messed up, you guys, just to let you know. When you cut one end, you're not going to cut the other end on that same piece of wood or on that same row. So you're alternating. One end you're cutting on this end, and the other one you're going to cut on the other end. So you're alternating it. So when you pull it apart, part of it is staying over here and the other part is staying over there. So I end up basically cutting a square, which is not what I was supposed to be doing. So that's how I messed up. I wasn't supposed to cut that end right there that I'm pointing to. I wasn't supposed to cut that end. That's how that is going to be. So this one over here, we're going to skip this one, and we're going to do this one on both sides. That's going to allow us to pull this apart like a piano hinge. I think. Oh, you know what? Wow. I think I messed up. I think I just messed up. I wasn't supposed to cut this part. Wow, I messed up. Oops. See, just like that. I told you, just like that, you can mess up. I wasn't supposed to cut this part. Only this part up here. And I'm going to need a whole nother piece of wood now. But we might as well finish practicing, because I messed up. I wasn't supposed to cut this part down here, and I don't think there's no way I can fix that. Okay, y'all, even though I messed up this end right here, I just want to show y'all the concept of this pulling out and extending to a little day bed or extending to a little chair or stool. Just another extension to make it wider, to lay on and relax. So yeah, I like it. I like it. Hey y'all, I didn't pick y'all up today because I've been working, but welcome to the vlog, Vanessa's Van Life Journey, building out my new van home. So I did finish this part right here. I have the boards underneath, and I have this part that's going to be my leg to pull out. I'm going to show y'all all of this tomorrow. But anywho, I just want to show y'all what I worked on today, but I didn't get a chance to pick up the camera. I've been live now. I told y'all if y'all want to know what I'm doing every day, you can come subscribe to my other daily live streams. And you can watch me live every day working on the van in real time. Because sometimes I don't get a chance to pick up the camera over here. So that's what I did today, y'all. And it kind of took me all day to do it. Oops, I forgot to put the paint in the van. Let me put this paint in the van. Oh, I got the lock up. That too. So anyway, it's the end of the day. It's going on 5 o'clock. It start getting cold. And the sun starts setting at 4:30, 5 o'clock. So Miss Charlene and Miss Pauline and left from out here. Then put everything up. So I'm just gonna lock up and I'm just gonna lock up.